Understanding Sam and Asperger Syndrome by Clarabelle van Niekerk. Up on the hill where the apple trees grow is a house with a red door. This is the house where Sam lived with his mom and dad, his big sister Emma, and his little dog Oscar. Oscar was Sam's best friend. He followed Sam everywhere. Sam loved to giggle. He would close his eyes, throw back his head, and just giggle. This would make everyone else giggle. Sam was a happy boy, but he was a little different. He did not like loud noises. He did not like to rough and tumble with other boys. Making friends was hard for Sam. Every Saturday morning, Mom made pancakes, Sam and Emma's favorite breakfast. Emma liked her pancakes stacked. Sam did not like his pancakes to touch. After breakfast, Sam loved to play his big brown cello. He closed his eyes and played until the music filled up his heart. Oscar loved to listen. Sam played the same song over and over again. This sometimes annoyed Emma. On Monday morning, it was time to go to school. Mom said, "It's cold outside. Let's put on your new coat." Sam started to cry. "I don't like my new coat. It feels funny." Mom smiled. "Sam, it's a new coat. What do you mean it feels funny?" "It hurts my skin. I don't like it." Sam threw the new coat on the floor. He cried even more. Mom frowned. "Sam, you are going to be late for school. Let's just put on your old coat." At school, Sam loved to build puzzles. He could build puzzles faster than any other kid in the class. While he built the puzzle, Sam hummed the tune that he played on his cello. The other kids in the class did not like the humming. One of the boys said, "Hey Sam, quit that humming." Sam kept building his puzzle and humming the song. The kids got annoyed with Sam. They decided to play a trick on him. They took one of the puzzle pieces away. Sam would not finish his puzzle and started to cry. They laughed and said, "Sam is a baby, Sam is a baby." This hurt Sam's feelings. He cried even louder. The teacher was not happy. She said, In this class we do not bully. There will be no recess today." The teacher tried to comfort Sam, but nothing helped. She called Sam's mom to take him home. Sam could not stop crying. The principal asked Emma to sit with Sam while they waited for Mom. Emma put her arm around him. School was hard for Sam. That weekend, the fair was in town. Everyone was excited to go on all the rides. Emma loved the roller coaster because went up and down. Sam loved the Ferris wheel because it went round in a circle. He went on the Ferris wheel with his dad and giggled as it went round and round. Sam wanted to go again and again and again. That night, Sam could not sleep. He watched the faraway lights of the Ferris wheel through the window of his bedroom. He put on his slippers and went outside. Oscar followed closely behind. Sam and Oscar walked and walked all the way to the fair. When they got to the Ferris wheel, Sam sat down on one of the seats. The Ferris wheel started to move. Sam got really scared because he was alone. He started to cry. A policeman heard Sam crying. He saw that Sam was all alone. The policeman stopped the ride and asked, "What is your name, little guy?" Sam was too upset to talk. He just cried and cried. "Where are your parents?" asked the policeman. Sam could not stop crying. At home, Dad went to check on Sam. Sam was not in his bed. Mom, Dad, and Emma looked all over, but they could not find him anywhere. Emma said, "Sam loved the Ferris wheel. Maybe he went back to the fair." "Good thinking, Emma," said Dad. Dad drove to the fair. That is exactly where he found Sam and Oscar with the policeman. Sam was so happy to see him that he stopped crying. "Dad, I went on the ride all by myself." Dad hugged Sam and said, "Sam, we were very worried. It was very dangerous for you to leave the house alone." "But I love the Ferris wheel, Dad." Dad frowned and said, "Sam, listen to me. Promise me that you will never leave the house alone again." Sam looked down. "But Dad insisted. "Sam, look at me. Never again." "Okay, Dad, I promise." Mom and Dad were worried that Sam left the house alone. They were afraid he might do it again. On Monday, Sam did not want to go to school and started to cry. It was time to visit the doctor. Dr. Hartley did all kinds of tests with Sam. The next day they had a meeting. Dr. Hartley said, Sam has a form of autism called Asperger Syndrome. Mom frowned. Asperger Syndrome? What does that mean? Dr. Hartley explained, kids with Asperger's think and feel differently than other kids. Making friends can be tough. Some kids may find it hard to listen or may not look at you when you talk. They may be good at math or play a musical instrument very well. Others may have an awesome memory but forget to put on a coat when it is cold outside. Working together to understand Sam will help making life easier for him and everyone else. Mom asked, what can we do for Sam? Dr. Hartley smiled and said, it is really important that we work together. I would like one of my therapists to work with Sam at his school. She will help him understand his lessons. She will also help him with talking and playing with the other children. I will write a letter to Sam's teacher so she can help too. It is very important that we all work as a team. During the next few months, everyone worked together to help Sam. Everyone started to understand him better. Things got much easier. It was time for the school concert. The music teacher wanted Sam to play a cello solo. Sam was very excited. He played the song at school and at home over and over again. Sam was ready. On the night of the concert, the whole town came to see the show. All the kids took turns performing. The choir sang like angels. The ballerina twirled like butterflies. Even the school band played a tune. Finally, it was Sam's turn. He wore a white shirt, black pants, and a little bow tie. His hair was combed and gelled very neatly to the side. Sam sat down with the cello and held the bow up in the air. Everyone was very quiet. Sam slowly moved the bow down and onto the string. The sound was sweet and soft. Sam closed his eyes. He felt how the music filled his heart. The sound grew louder and filled everyone's hearts. He played like he never played before. When Sam played the last note, everyone jumped up and started to clap. Sam started to giggle. First, just a little giggle. Then he threw back his head and giggled some more. The audience started to giggle too, and soon everyone was giggling. It was the best school concert ever. Mom, Dad, and Emma came over to hug Sam. Emma said, "You are the best, Sam." Mom and Dad gave him a big kiss. That night, Sam fell asleep with a giggle, a big smile, and a sweet song in his heart.